Hello, friends. Here we are. It is Monday, the card of the day. And I hope you all had a great weekend. I am starting another bunch of travel, so I'll have some of these pre taped. Hopefully, I'll have enough to cover all the days. I think I have to tape 7, or we're going to ask Terry Huberman to step in, or Sonia King. So either way, we'll have something here to think about. Like to see if I could get some animal cards, animal readers in here, or something a little different. Maybe you're sick of my voice. But so that will start on Wednesday. So if you are watching me on Periscope, that is really the only place that's going to be affected. You can do card of the day on, you can follow me on Twitter at Rentowski, or you can go to my Facebook page, or my, if you go to my website down at the bottom, there's always a link. Okay, so let's get to business. A lot of swords. I went through the whole deck, and now it was a reshuffle and came up with 2 swords. So whenever we're talking about swords, we're talking about thinking or overthinking or clarity, or all intellect, all like parts of the mind. And we have the King of Swords and the 8 of Swords. It looks a little cold. I think that is kind of a cold reading right there. But we're going to start with the 8. Okay, I actually read them when I wrote them. I wrote them this way. Let me switch them. There we go. We start with the 8 of Swords. This can mean impasse or restriction, exactly what it looks like. The thing about this card, if it was a video, what you would see different than the picture is that she is actually moving just fine between those 2 sets of swords. Whenever we have 8s like this, also 5 are the 5 senses, and 3 are the ways we think: conscious, subconscious, and superconscious. But as you can see, she is actually navigating fine. She's not bumping into them or anything. She is walking and following the water, which means she's using more of her subconscious. So she's sort of being led a little bit by intuition. The person that bound her is God. God was saying, you're not ready to move forward yet. So this is a... this card, it means that. It can also mean, think of these as fingers. This can have to do with things like being a secretary, typing, being a musician. So it's very like dexterous finger having to do with this. On the negative side, this can have to do with feeling censored or being quiet, not speaking your mind or not speaking correctly. Okay? So then we go to the King, because I thought, and then I'll tell you where I'm going with all this. The King is, he is the sword of clarity. He cuts right between the truth, that which is true and which is false. He is, we always say, if you committed a crime and you're innocent, this is the judge you want. He is when we can step back and look at both sides evenly to really take it in. He is the warrior who wins. He is about legal dealings. He is about the truth. He is about clarity. He weighs in on both sides. He is really fair. That's what I want to say. His the butterflies on the back mean reoccurring life circumstances or reincarnation. So this is about cycles, but I kind of like that in this card it's always about I feel like reoccurring life circumstances. That means something very different than reincarnation. Okay, to me that means more things we might be doing over and over that need to be cut out. Okay, so I put these 2 together, and I thought about this is all about thought and talking and overthinking, okay? And my thought when I looked at this was, how many times when I'm talking, this is a new habit for me and I think it's good, do I ask myself, what is the intent here? If I'm in a group of people and I feel anxious to get my opinion in, is it because I feel overlooked? Is it because I feel like I'm right and everybody needs to be straightened out? Or is it just, oh, here's a funny thing that will help? Is it getting attention? Like when we stop and look at an intention on when we speak, that can be very interesting. that is when we kind of find out the why. Are we just comfortable sitting in a group being quiet and listening to other people? Are we comfortable taking in what they say? That is when you're really comfortable with yourself, when you don't feel that need to chime in. I'm certainly not saying censor anybody, but I'm saying this time pay attention to the intention of why you're speaking. Yogis are known to be very quiet, and people from other countries sort of jump on Americans because they say that we, a lot of excess talking, like I'm doing right now. So anyways, that was what I was thinking was, think about why you're saying something to someone when you get anxious. Why do you feel you have to defend yourself? Maybe you don't. Why do you feel you need to tell that story? And look into your intention, because lately I've been talking a lot about ego and sort of where my side that is not letting the authentic self through. That would be ego, anxiousness, need for attention, all those things. So here is today's mantra. I hope that all made sense. When I quiet my mind and trust my heart, there is clarity in all decisions. Okay. So when you quiet your mind, you say, why am I saying this? This person doesn't need to know this. Or do I need attention? Do I need to be right? Stop for a second. When I quiet my mind and trust my heart, there is clarity in all decisions. Okay, last time. When I quiet my mind and trust my heart, there is clarity in all decisions. Everybody have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow, and happy Monday.